would be a satisfactory 2022 season. Get to a bowl game, right? Win 6, get to a bowl game.
With the schedule they have, you got to win at least 7 games. I think even 7 games is kind of iffy ground for Scott Frost. So I think you got to win 8 games at least to be satisfied and to be moving forward. So, and you know what, too, you don't really know. Things are so up in the air right now. I mean, if you're looking ahead with this Omicron variant on the coronavirus, who knows if Nebraska's trip to Ireland against Northwestern even happens week 0.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, so my goodness, it's not like it used to be in the old days when you knew that every game scheduled was going to be played, and yeah, it's. But to answer that question, my answer is an 8 games at least you need to win next year.
Yeah, so another week 0 scheduled. Northwestern, like they were supposed to play Illinois last year, over in Dublin. And then
my boss is actually going there later this week for a promotional trip.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, we're actually heavily involved with this. We're partners with the Aer Lingus. They're a sponsor of the trip, and yeah, my boss Sean Callahan is their spokesman for this whole trip and everything. So kind of a cool deal. And they're putting us all up for the week in Dublin. So I sure hope that that thing happens because I've never been to Ireland.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would definitely be cool. Now, the 3 non-conference games, North Dakota, Georgia Southern, those obviously have to be wins. Oklahoma, that seems like this daunting task, but they played them within a score there on the road. New coaching staff. They're going to be transitioning into a new situation with Brent Venables, and in the games at home in Lincoln. And look how close Nebraska played Ohio State, Michigan, everybody else, especially at home. That's a winnable game. That is definitely a winnable game. And Greg, as you well know, because you alluded to it, so you've got it up here. I just wanted to check it out here. Replacing Ohio State, Michigan, Michigan State with Michigan. Okay, so basically replacing Ohio State and Michigan State with Rutgers and Indiana.
Looks good on paper, right?
It sure does.
Yeah. Yeah, we could take a little bit of that for a change here. And,
finally a break, yeah, in the scheduling.
Yeah, and hopefully they can take advantage of it. So, but, at this point, it's going to be a different looking team completely. I mean, especially on offense, for sure, it's going to be a different looking team. So, I think we have to wait to a little bit closer to kickoff of that game to start analyzing that one. On both sides. I mean, obviously with Nebraska or Oklahoma's going to have a lot of turnover as well with their roster. So, but I do like that. I like that hire there. I think Brent Venables will do an outstanding job there, and might be a better fit than Lincoln Riley was at that program when it's all said and done.
Yeah, he will definitely address the defense. That's his specialty.
Especially moving into the SEC, I think they need to go a little bit heavier defensively from now on than what they've been used to playing in the Big 12.
All right. I'm looking through the questions here to try to find something.
Yeah, they've got that kicker. They've got him targeted. So, and he's coming in here on a visit. So, he looks like a good one.
I don't know if Jordan knows something here or if he's just speculating or asking whether Spencer Radler has been spotted on campus.
Cannot confirm or deny that one, Jordan. Sorry. But I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up to check things out. Especially since he was supposed to be here next year to check it out in person anyway. So. I just got to get our coaching staff, set in stone. And another interesting little tidbit I will throw out there. I did mention John Garrison's name as the offensive line coach, but Brett Venables, or not Brett Venables, Donovan Raiola, the Chicago Bears offensive line coach, my beloved Chicago Bears line coach, is going to interview for the job. I can confirm that. So that might be something to keep your eye on right there.
Okay.
And
Reed?
I was also,
Yep.
when I was alluding earlier with special teams, Bill Bush, who's already on the staff, who's coached a lot of football and done that job, he's the front runner to get that right now. Either him or Virginia's Ricky Brumfield. So those are kind of, I think, your targets right now, with OC being the big question mark right now.
Reed is asking how Frost and company can begin to recruit better in Missouri with the wealth of talent in the Kansas City and St. Louis areas.
Yeah, that's kind of a mystery because Nebraska has always recruited that region really well. They even still were. I mean, obviously under Bo Pelini they did, and even under Mike Riley they were still recruiting the St. Louis area pretty good, pretty hard. And I know when Scott Frost and his staff came in here 4 years ago, they preached that they needed to hit that area, and quite frankly, it's kind of fell by the wayside. And I've actually heard from prospects out of the St. Louis area, out of the state of Missouri, and coaches and parents saying that Nebraska, when they show initial interest, and it has kind of dropped off then, and they stopped hearing from them, and that's kind of been a pattern that I've noticed, hearing from recruits about that. It's like, hey, wait a minute, I know you got a Nebraska offer, where you stand with them, and like, you know what, I haven't heard from them in a month or a month and a half, and to me that's kind of shocking. So yeah, they really do need to take advantage of that area, because it's a fertile recruiting ground and it's an easy drive. Your family can come and watch you play on Saturdays, and it's always been a place where guys from the state of Missouri have flourished coming to Nebraska.
All right, 100 plus on the line. Appreciate you being here for Nebraska Cornhuskers Live, especially since we didn't necessarily send out the notification too early. I sent it out. I got it out last night. That's right, when we nailed down the time for this week. So we're going to figure out the off-season schedule and get back to everyone on what works best for everyone. All right.
Hey, Alan had chimed in there with Tom Herman, and if you were watching last week, Alan, that was my dream scenario, was OC Tom Herman and then Mickey Joseph as the wide receiver coach. So got half of it so far. That was my dream as a recruiting guy. Because I definitely think that you need to get a guy that's really good with the state of Texas on the staff and open up that recruiting ground again. Because the state of Texas is kind of, Nebraska hasn't gotten a lot out of there in the last couple of years, and that's definitely another state. As we were just talking about Missouri and the St. Louis area, Texas is definitely another place there where they need to start hitting a little bit harder. So, yeah, I mean, right now on staff that for sure, with a Mickey Joseph, who is he was born in Baton Rouge. He's from Baton Rouge, played at Nebraska as a quarterback, bounced around, and then ended up at LSU as the wide receivers coach. And so he knows a little bit about the state of Louisiana and how to recruit it. And then you've got Sean Beckton, who is a stud, just owns the state of Georgia. And then you got Travis Fisher, who's a South Florida guy, and is big time down there. So you've got 3 of those big time states locked down now, and Texas is that one that you're really missing right now, in my opinion. And then obviously Missouri is another one high up there on the list.